biggest challenge is probably a 10-way tie. But let's pick one of the challenges and mistakes.
2 minutes or less.
Yeah. One, I'll pick one then. One was being, and like Robert mentioned, being a Lone Ranger, but not so much just thinking I had to do everything myself, but being a hermit. Being a, Bill Glazer, the president of GKIC, has a statement. He says, entrepreneur is the loneliest profession on earth. Who can relate to that? And so, I mean, when times are good, who are you going to talk to? Especially right now. Right now it's a recession. If you go bragging to people about how well you're doing, how's that going to come off? Are they going to sit there and congratulate you and cheer for you? So you just don't do it. When times are rough, who are you going to tell? Who are you going to tell? Your wife, your spouse, your customers, your employees, your buddies in the golf club? Who are you going to tell? Nobody. So I tended to do that. I made that mistake of sequestering myself, my own little world, and that was a huge mistake. And not to be self-serving, because now I run this Glazer Kennedy chapter, but that's what brought me out of it, is why I'm so passionate about it, is I had a place where I could go, and it was a newsletter. But I felt like it was a community that I could go to. Then when, 2 years ago, it's only been 2 years I've run the chapter, I went to one of the national events, they saw my name badge, Chicago. Someone from the head office said, hey, we need a chapter director in Chicago. I didn't even know what was going on. I said, I'll do it. I love small business owners. And now I love that I have the quote, control. I can give all the free stuff and have the free food and the parties. And I can get small business owners together because I need it as much as anybody else. And that just changed my life. Having it even just once a month to have a place to go, or a phone call to pick up, or somebody that things are going tough, you have someone to talk to. Things are going great, you have someone to celebrate with. And that made all the difference.
That's awesome. Give him a hand. And while you still have the mic, we'll just ask you the next question. And this is, try to keep it at 60 seconds or less. So 60 seconds or less, what would be one great piece of advice that you would give everyone here today as a business owner to immediately go out and increase sales in the next 30 days? One great piece of advice. You can go, Steve. Go ahead. You get the mic. So one great piece of advice you give them, they can actually leave out of here right out tomorrow, right, or tonight. That'll be one great thing to increase sales over the next 30 days.
All right, well, I'm not the first one that says it today, but increase your value. Think about them and increase what you're giving them. We have a saying in the Kennedy world, if you want to double your price, who knows the answer?
Double your value.
Triple your value.
10x.
Okay, so the more, and that's what we want to do. In these times right now, people are hurting. They need more value. So we got to work a little harder, give a little more, but in return, we get more sales. And we make it through this time while our competitors and other entrepreneurs are just sitting there not giving more value and therefore having a tough time. Make sense? Always think, give more value. What can I give?
All right.
I would create an audio product using Audacity.com. Download it to my desktop, laptop for free.
Break this down.
This is how I record all my CDs. I save $500 an hour in a recording studio. I'd go to Audacity.com. I would record, just Google Audacity, it's not Audacity.com. Download the software. And I would export it as an MP3. I would email it to the gentleman Steve uses for $1 a CD. Or I would outsource that, have a CD created, and begin selling it immediately at any local chamber, Rotary event, or anything like that. Secondly, I would create an ebook. You can use a Word, whatever. If you want to create to a PDF, go to openoffice.org, create it to a PDF. I would upload it to createspace.com, which brings it over to amazon.com, and it's a print-on-demand service, and I would sell an ebook on amazon.com, go to a Rotary Club, local event, and say, here's my CD. I'm also on amazon.com, and gain tremendous amount of credibility and build my email database that way.
There you go. Good idea.
Wow.
60 seconds. That's pretty cool, wasn't it? You never know what you can learn from a panel. Panels are fun.
Biggest thing that I would do, I'm only 18, so don't take it too seriously, but do your market research. Do your research on everything. If you're doing internet-based business, which I'm doing mostly, try out 5 or 6 different avenues and test everything. See what works, see what doesn't. One of the mistakes that I made is when I went to parties, I didn't have a ton of girls lined up for a thing before, and I lost a lot of people. So whatever business that you're in, just make sure you do as much research as you can about what you're doing. And whatever your competition is doing, of course, out hustle and work hard. If you got to sleep less, sleep less. And the biggest thing that I would do is don't be afraid to make a deal with your competition. And partner with your competition to make even more money together.
That's good. Give him a hand. Come on.
My strategy would be if I had 30 days to increase sales, I go to helpareporterout.com.
What?
Helpareporterout.com.
helpareporterout.com. What this is a gathering place for media, and what they do is it's totally free. They'll email you stories that they're working on, and they're on deadline. So what that means is they have to turn the story in the next 48 hours. They need someone to interview. They'll email you saying, can you comment on the story? Can you be interviewed? Can we send camera crews to you? Can we talk to you? Can we basically feature you?
Everyone say yes.
So again, it's totally free. You get out there. That's how I got to USA Today 3 times, Entrepreneur, all this other good stuff. And again, the beauty is it's deadline. You're not waiting 6 months. They got to turn the story in a few days. So if they like what you send to them, they're going to call you.
That's awesome.
You're in. And then if you're having 1 million people read about you, this is what I want you guys to take away, at least from my portion. If 1 million people are reading about you, or hearing about you every week, every month, and you don't think you can make sales? I mean, you got 1 million people listening or reading about you.
That's awesome. Hold the mic. Give him a big hand. That's awesome. Isn't that good? And also, I know you have a total PR program course, right? How much is your course and how long does it last?
For this group, it's $14.97, and there are order forms at the table. It's for 3 months. Normally, like the Jay Abrahams and the Les Browns and the Bill Bartlett's and the Nightingale Coleman, I go on and on and on and on. They pay 20 times that. But it's the same program that I do with them. We work and find out what it is you do, who your audience is. If Oprah's your material, I'm calling Oprah, 312-633-1000.
So it's a DFY model. So it's a done-for-you model.
Correct. We do it.
Write this down, guys. DFY is priceless. You will
So-
normally pay 10 times more for a DFY, a done-for-you model, easily.
And we, like I said, there's some
I'll sign up for that.
on your part. You're going to tell me about your business. We write the press releases. We already have the media.
That's
We already have it.
And you said it's $14,997?
I would.
Hey,
It's-
Robert, tell them I don't even call you. You contacted me.
Yeah, I found about this event 10 days ago. He's already had 3 places, Chicago Splash Magazine, the Daily Herald, and Illinois Chronicle, write about this event in 10 days.
That's pretty cool.
You know,
All right, I'll be a customer. Sign me up.
so, so that's what it is we take your message. We know what the media, we know how to create books. You can figure it out. You can learn this stuff 12 years. It took me that you can learn it.
Robert, Forbes magazine.
Oh yeah, and Forbes. Small
Yeah, don't forget
magazine,
Forbes.
So that's the PR in a nutshell. We do it for you, get you up and running. So 3 months, that's enough time to let the media know who you are, craft your message for them to interview you to reach. I love this area because Chicago has 8 to 10 million people. There are plenty of magazines, radio, TV, newspaper. You guys can be doing a story a week.
That's a great offer. Give one more big hand. Come on, guys. And, my feedback would be, separate your customers is called 80-20, which means normal companies we work with, 20% of the revenue comes from, or 80% of the revenue comes from 20% of your customers. So what I would recommend you do leaving here today is I would go make a list of your top 20% customers. And I would give them all a personal phone call. I would give them all a letter in the mail, a real piece of mail, maybe like with the automated communication company. Send them something that's a physical piece, thanking them for the business. And then make it really easy for them to refer you to more customers. How many here believe that if you were top 20% of your customers, how many people believe they might know some more customers for you? Wow. But most companies never take the time to identify their top customers and then truly, really go out and recognize and thank them for the business. That's one of the things you definitely have to do is thank them for the business and make it easy for them to send you more business. All right, we're going to do one more question, then we're going to actually have some wrap-up notes for today. So we'll start right here. If you've got the mic right here, we'll start right here. Is that if you were to give